Autobots wage their battle to destroy the evil forces of the Decepticons, the Transformers. The Transformers.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting edition of Transformers Reviews. And today, guys, we're going to be taking a look at Ultra Magnus. And you may be asking yourself, aren't you missing quite a bit of it? And you know what? You would not be wrong. But there is a reason I want to show you this, is because unlike the old Combiner Wars figure, like this one right here, you can actually separate the truck from the car carrier. Now, his vehicle mode actually would never really be separated. I don't think real car carriers work like that. One thing that lends credit to that is you can see how much of his robot mode is just obviously just there. And one reason that I want to go ahead and show you what he looks like and like this is to show you how he stacks up compared to Optimus Prime. And you can see that without the car carrier bit, that he is the same size as Voyager class Optimus Prime. Alright, well, let's look at Ultra Magnus in his full vehicle mode. So here in vehicle mode, you can actually see the inspiration from the RID Magnus that this one's vehicle mode is taking inspiration from. Now, obviously, he's rocking G1's colors, but obviously with the big bump out here and everything. Now, one funny thing I did notice is here on the bump out area, where his headlights would be, if you can see, they're actually machine guns. That's actually kind of a funny homage because if you look at the RID Magnus right there above his bump out, he's got machine guns. Now, as far as length goes, obviously the old RID is a lot bigger than the current leader class. But in looking at leader class and comparisons and such, here is Ultra Magnus G1 Combiner Wars version. And the funny thing about it is even if you go ahead and stack it in front, both he and Seed Ultra Magnus are actually about the same length. I mean, it's not a big difference at all. Now, one thing that did kind of stand out to me about his vehicle mode is if you go ahead and try to use him like a car carrier, you can only get about 2 deluxes. Because of the way his apex armor folds up, what would be the third area down here, you can't actually put a figure in there. So anyway, as you can see, even Sideswipe's wheels are kind of hanging off the back. However, other than that, guys, there's really nothing else to go over. So let's go ahead and take a look at Ultra Magnus in his robot mode. But which one? Okay, you all knew that we were going to the White Prime first. Now, obviously, in my opinion, I think this is why everybody is going crazy over this figure, is the fact that it feels sort of like a complete Ultra Magnus. Now, if you go ahead and compare him to Optimus, see, the one thing is, I feel like Optimus is sculpted and he just overall robot, this part of the robot mode looks better than Ultra Magnus. Now, I understand there has to be some modifications for him to actually work with the Apex armor. But my biggest complaint is I've never liked the legs. I thought that Optimus's legs looked fine, but this ultra like gill detail going up and down, I don't like that. Plus, I understand it's necessary, but again, these are kind of an eyesore, and his feet are really kind of small. Plus, just the oversized, bulky chest, it just doesn't do it for me. So it's an okay Prime, but it's not my absolute favorite, okay? And obviously, like I said, they had to make some major modifications and sacrifices on the White Prime to give us the fully functional Apex armor. Other than that, let's go ahead and take a look at Ultra Magnus. All armored up, and does he not look great? Now, one thing that I am actually really digging, like a lot of my figures, the face sculpt on this thing is awesome. Now, one thing that everybody seems to bring up is how short this leader class is. So, if we go ahead and bring in Optimal Optimus here, who is also a leader class, I mean, obviously, there's a big size discrepancy there. One figure that he does look good scaled with is Optimus Prime. And, you know, with Ultra Magnus armored up, this seems somewhat size appropriate. Now, everybody kind of wants to see what does he look like compared to his Combiner Wars self. So here we have both these guys here. P.L. was of the reverse opinion. He feels that this is more an IDW and that this is more a cartoon deal. I feel like it's actually swapped because the colors to me more symbolize and just the overall like softer look of it kind of grasp like the cartoon look for me, whereas the darker colors with, again, the grittier deal just kind of makes it feel more like IDW. But I guess it's just kind of up to you how you feel about it. One thing before we go is he does have this silver blaster. Other than that, guys, that has been the review of Siege Ultra Magnus. Please stay on the lookout. We're going to do a review of Siege Shockwave. And until next time, guys, we'll see you in another review.